welcome back to The Little Chef. Today on The Little Chef, we're going to talk about tongs, and we're going to make a super simple recipe with a potato. So, we hope we'll see you soon. Come and join us. Okay, another side note before we get started, let's talk about our assignments for the week. So far we have decorated our apron, we've named our restaurant and made a logo for it, and last week we did napkin design. So hopefully you practiced some of those and you found one that you really like and save that for a couple weeks when we put it all together for our final class finale. So this week I'm gonna have you make a poster for your restaurant, and you can hang that up anywhere where your family eats. So your dining room table or in your kitchen, wherever you generally eat your meals, you should hang up your poster there. And it should be like a normal restaurant poster. So you'd want to put your name on it, your logo, even what kind of food your restaurant has in it, your hours, even where you're located. So go ahead and work on that this week and put it up again where your family eats. And then we'll add something else to our restaurant project next week. So, okay, back to cooking. Today's tool of the week is a tong. So we have quite the collection of tongs, as Ella will show you. They're a pretty simple tool, but they're really useful. So a tong is a kitchen tool that's used to grip and lift things. This is really useful when you're trying to pick up something or you need to flip something that is hot. So that's what we use a tong for. Or you sometimes can use it for like turning salads or serving salads, because salad is a little bit hard to pick up with like a spoon. But for today's purposes, we're going to use it to help us cook something that's going to be hot that we don't want to touch. So to use a tong, first and foremost, some tongs have locks. So you want to make sure that your lock is unlocked when you're using it. Most of the time, it's just something that you pull out and you can push it in to unlock it. So this is great for when you're storing it in your drawer and you don't have a whole lot of space. But
although some of them, like this, it's locked right now, but it's still
pretty, yeah, because the bigger they get, the larger they are to store. So to use the tong, you're going to want to make sure that it's unlocked, and then you just grasp it with your hands and pinch it in order to pick up something. You're going to kind of hold it really tight in order to do that. So for today's purposes, we're going to be making baked potatoes, and you're going to want to hold onto your potato with your tongue if it's hot, and then put it where it goes, and then release it. So just make sure that you're holding onto it tight while you have what you're holding with your tongue, so that way it doesn't fall to the ground. So that's it. That's how you use tongs. They're super simple to use, but they're really useful when we're using when we're cooking hot items. So if you have a set of tongs, please go get them. We're going to use them today for our recipe.
Culinary skill of the week.
Eleanor is here to teach us the culinary skill of the week, which is using the oven. So before we had used the stove, which is the top, and now we're going to use the oven. So an oven is basically a box that heats up. You use it to cook and heat food, and it has coils or a flame that heat up, and they cook to a certain temperature that you set, and it has racks that are adjustable depending on what pan or food you're cooking. So we have 6 rules for using the oven safely. Number 1 is make sure you always have an adult to help you and permission prior to using the oven. Number 2, turn your oven on prior to placing any food in it. This makes sure that it's preheated. Also make sure that your oven is empty. Sometimes we store our extra pots and pans in there, and you don't want to heat those up. So make sure that your oven is empty and that you have preheated your oven correctly. Number 3, once your oven is preheated and at the right temperature, you can place your food inside. So you should always use oven mitts and stand back after you open it, because hot air will come out and it can burn you. So make sure that you stand back before you put your food in. And then you would use your tongs or your oven mitts to put food in and then close the door. Once you close the door, you're going to want to set a timer to make sure that you don't burn your food. When that is done, the timer is up, you check your food, turn off your oven if it is finished, and then take out your food and put it on a heat-resistant surface, such as the top of your stove. And that is how you use an oven.
Tools and ingredients.
For this recipe, we're going to need 1 potato, butter, a fork, and salt and pepper.
Recipe of the week.
All right, Ella's going to start by making our baked potato. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that your potato has been thoroughly washed. Some people like to eat the skin, so we want to make sure that our potatoes are nice and clean. Next, you're going to take a fork and holding it with your other hand, you're going to poke your potato with your fork. So be careful because forks can be sharp and potatoes are round, so they will move on you. But the purpose of this is so that the steam inside of the potato doesn't cause the potato to explode when it gets too hot in the oven. So just a few little pricks with the fork before we go head to the oven. So now that our potato has little holes in it to vent the steam that will escape while it's cooking, we are over at our oven and we're going to preheat it to 425 degrees. So each oven is a little different. So ours isn't going to look exactly the same as yours, but you're going to want to press bake or something similar to that. And then change your temperature to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And then press start. And then it will start preheating. And once your oven is preheated, it will probably make a noise or it will show you that it's up to 425. So we're just gonna wait for it to go up to 425 and then we'll tell you what to do next. Our oven is now preheated at 425, so we are ready to put our potato in. So remember that we need to use our oven mitts and we're gonna open the door of the oven, but hot air is gonna come out, so we're gonna stand back. Let the air escape a little bit. And then using our tongs, we're gonna hold our potato and place it on the middle oven rack. And then close our oven. And then we would set a timer for the right amount of time based on the size of our potato. And then we'll check it when that potato timer is ready. And then we're gonna let it sit before we eat it because it'll be really, really hot. So we'll meet you back and talk about the different variations you can do with making that simple baked potato.
Variations.
Well, I hope you enjoyed baking a baked potato. As you can see, it's super easy and simple to make. So once you have the baked potato recipe down, there are a couple variations that we recommend trying out to make it a little bit different. So one is you can make a taco potato, which is really fun. So once you have your baked potato cooked and it's out of the oven, cut it in half, and then, or just slice it down the middle and kind of open it up like a boat. And then on the inside, you can put shredded chicken or grilled vegetables. You can put cheese, sour cream, even some taco seasoning or fajita seasoning, and then you have a taco potato. Another thing that's really good is to take your baked potato, cut it completely in half, scoop out the insides, but save the potato shell. Put the insides into a bowl, and then mix that with sour cream, cheese. You can use bacon bits or chopped onions, and then put them back into your potato shell, cover them with cheese, and put them back in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes. and then you have a twice baked potato, and they're really yummy. One thing that we really like to do in our family is we actually take the potato prior to baking it and cut it in wedges, and then we put those wedges in a bowl and we mix them with melted butter and Parmesan cheese and salt, and then we bake them and you have potato wedges. They will bake faster than a baked potato, so you have to watch and make sure that they don't get burnt, but they're really good. So potatoes are amazing to cook. They're super simple and easy, and there's so much you can do with them. So I hope that you explore all the possibilities with cooking with potatoes. And until then, we'll see you next time. Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks for joining us. See you next week.